woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman.
This for all my Oprahs and Michelles. Made it through that beautiful struggle going through hell. Them ladies made something out of nothing and prevail. Use they mind, not they body, cause they pussy ain't for sale. All my strong women knowing they worth. Not depending on no niggas, so they going to.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Rebirth the Podcast. I am your host, Riri, also known as What You Wearing Riri on Instagram. Make sure that you're following my Instagram for any updates on the show. Make sure that you're following the show's Instagram page as well at Rebirth the Podcast. That's Rebirth the Podcast on Instagram. So make sure you guys are following that Instagram page as well for all updates. The podcast is streaming on all major platforms. You can listen to this podcast wherever you listen to your podcast at. Thank you all for being here today. Okay, before I get into segment 1, which is Rebirth, I would like to thank all 50 of the listeners who downloaded the first episode. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you so much from the bottom of my heart. It was very motivating. It was very inspirational to see all of you guys download the podcast and listen. You are awesome. Woo-hoo. Thank you so much. Y'all are awesome. My co-host is not here today. Armani is not here today, and I blame you guys. Yep. I'm going to go ahead and get that out the way. I blame you all because I asked you guys in the last episode to go drop teddy bears on his Instagram page at King Shit Abba. I asked y'all to do that. Nobody did that. So it's your fault that you only have me to listen to today. You can blame yourselves for that. Yep. So if you want my co-host Armani, a.k.a. King Shit Abba on Instagram to come back, make sure that you go to his Instagram page, DM him, comment under all his posts. Go comment under my post on Instagram. Be like, what happened to your co-host? Where your co-host at? Okay, so that way we can get him back over here next week. Yay. Even though he's not here, I do want to highlight him really quickly because he did just drop his clothing line that we talked about last week on the episode. The shirts are dope. They're awesome. Like I told y'all, they have pearls on them. The Instagram is called Peter and Pearls. He is now taking all pre-orders for your t-shirts. So go ahead and hit him up and get your orders in, guys, okay? Very good job, Armani. I love the shirts. Like I said, I cannot wait to get my t-shirt, and I can't wait for you all to see these shirts. They're awesome. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and move on to segment 1. Oh, before I forget, let me shout out to his sister as well. Shout out to Princess Richie for the intro song, Queen. That is also available on all streaming platforms. Y'all make sure y'all go listen to that. All righty. So I'm going to go ahead and get into segment 1 of the podcast, which is called Rebirth. The title of the show is the first segment of the show. Y'all see how I did that? I want everybody to keep up with me, all right? So for today's episode, the name of the episode, is Do You Love Yourself? So the name of today's episode is Do You Love Yourself? And in segment 1, which is called Rebirth, we're going to be speaking about, things that I do to love on myself. I know when I was growing up in my early adult years, I didn't love myself very much because I didn't know how to. It wasn't even a thing. Like, it's a thing now. Like, it's popular now because of social media, this self-love wave and this self-love movement. But I do appreciate that movement because it gave me some time to reflect on myself and, ways that I can start loving myself more. And one of the ways that I figured how to love myself more would definitely be knowing what does and doesn't deserve a fight and knowing what does and doesn't deserve a reaction. I was a big fighter. I used to fight a lot. I used to fight so much to where I went to jail. I went to jail for 6 months for assault. But when I was in jail, I made a conscious decision when I was locked up that I would stop physically fighting. Like, I'm not supposed to keep balling up my fist and doing all of this fighting. mainly because I was tired of getting moved around in jail. Like you already know, when you're in jail, moving your housing is not as simple as, oh, okay, now you finna to go over here, now you finna to go over here. Like, nah, you gotta go in a holding tank for 3 days, and you gotta sit with bitches you don't know, and it's dirty and stinky in there because ain't no shower, and it ain't nothing but a toilet, and they feed you sandwiches, and it's horrible. So yeah, I decided to stop fighting because I just was getting sick of moving around in jail. I got moved 3 different times when I was in jail, third time. But yeah, moving on. So that's when I learned how to actually just control the physical fight within me is in jail. But it wasn't until later on last year, like towards the end of last year, when I actually realized what deserves my reaction. You know what I'm saying? What deserves a reaction from me. Excuse me. I had I like to take up for myself, like, because people get the wrong impression of me, and they form their own opinion. So I used to have to, like, I always have to take up for myself and speak up for myself and feel like I had to argue somebody down in my defense. But yeah, as of lately, I just stopped doing that altogether too, because it doesn't matter, especially when it comes to the people who feel like they know the old Rashandra, who always used to be quick to pop off and fight and, and whatever like that. So it now when I'm defending myself or trying to speak up for myself, it's almost like they look at it as aggressive as fighting or as I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? So I just realized that I just don't now. Now I don't even speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever you got is whatever you got. It is what it is. I like for things to be organic. If you don't understand it, you don't get it, oh well. I'm not the person to help you understand that it is what it is. So yeah, I just realized that all of that fighting didn't put me it put me in a better place in life or anything like that. So I had to go ahead and give it up. Yep, I had to give it up. My best friend, to tell you, shout out to my best friend. Shout out to Chef Tasha Marie out there in New Orleans. It was her birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, best friend. I love you so much, and I miss you so, so much. I hope you smile when you hear this. But yeah, I was talking about how I used to always be fighting and stuff like that. But she'll tell you, my best friend will tell you, like, I used to fight a lot. I really used to have to fight a lot. Like, and then, I'm over it now. Thank God. Thank God for growth. Thank God for rebirth. Thank God for a change, because jail is not fun. It's not fun, y'all. And if y'all want to hear more about like me being in jail and stuff, y'all let me know in the comments, because I ain't gonna lie, jail, I got some stories from sitting up there being in jail, y'all. I was only in there for 6 months, but you'd have thought I did 6 years, as much as I went through it. I told you I got into 3 fights in jail. 3. I'm lying. I got into 4 fights in jail. After the 3rd one was when I said I wasn't gonna fight no more. But the 4th one, it wasn't my fault. Them hoes jumped me. But anyway, if you want to hear more about it, just let me know in the comments and I'll tell y'all more about it. But yeah, but that was when I made a conscious decision to stop fighting. That was back in like 2008. Then earlier, like I said, last year, that's when I made a conscious decision to stop using my mouth to try and fight too, because it don't work. Neither way does it work. It doesn't work out in your favor either way. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Speaking of fighting, I know this podcast deserves a fight, and I'm here every Friday swinging and hooking and getting it in behind this podcast. Speaking of, baby, I got some. I already got the haters and the people in the comments and the it's borings, and I already got all of this stuff coming at me, and it's only the first episode. So, good, bad, indifferent, shout out to y'all for listening. I really do appreciate y'all. Like I told y'all to begin with, whether you liked it or not, you listened, and I appreciate that. Okay, so speaking of the legal system in jail, we're going to go ahead and get into to the second segment. Y'all see what I did there? Did y'all see that? Yeah, I make myself laugh. Y'all don't ever have to laugh with me. I will laugh all by myself, and thank God for this little sound box. But yeah, speaking of the legal system, as I was saying, we're going to go ahead and get into the second segment of the podcast, which is called Court in the Streets. Court in the Streets is the segment where we discuss everything that's going on via social media, everything that is going on in the music industry, everything that is going on in Houston, everything that's going on in the actual news, the national news, and stuff like that, okay? So, let's get into it, y'all. So the first topic for today is a topic that has been discussed thousands of times already now on social media. So I'm sure you all have heard about Keke Palmer and her boyfriend Darius going through their little troubles in their relationship due to a concert that she attended where she did nothing wrong. Yeah, I guess y'all can go ahead and tell by my comment and my statement before how I feel about it. I don't think the young lady did anything wrong. At the end of the day, that was a single woman at a concert having a good time. That's all I saw. That's all I saw. Y'all, I mean, his whole argument was that she was a mother. Again, she was a single woman before she was a mother, and she's going to be a single woman after she's a mother. Until somebody put a rock on her hand, the young lady is allowed to do whatever she wants to do. I'm trying to figure out what's going on at the Usher concert. I want to go see what's going on myself. I would like to witness that in person. So I'm going to go ahead and speak that into existence now. I'm going to catch the Usher residency. I'll catch his residency before it's over, and I'll see what's going on. I'll make sure I come back and report to y'all and let y'all know what's going on. I seen nothing wrong. I seen a bunch of harmless fun. That's all I saw. The dress was amazing. The body in the dress was amazing. That's what we get the body for. It's to put it in the dress and look amazing. That's the only. Anyway, moving along. I want to know from you all's standpoint, do you think social media played a part in how the relationship played out? Shout out to us for being petty on Keke's behalf. Shout out to us. Shout out to everybody who came to her defense. I love to see it. Shout out to everybody who called a spade a spade. Alrighty. Keke is already being petty as well. We love a petty breakup. Alleged breakup. I don't know if they broke up or not, but I seem to think that they may have parted ways. I think maybe they even broke up before the concert, and now we just, we just not probably finding out about it, to be honest with you. But again, social media, we don't take anything seriously. As a generation, as a generation of human beings, we don't take relationships serious. We don't take anything serious. And I feel like social media played a part in how it all played out between the two of them. But if y'all don't feel like that, let me know in the comments how y'all feel. I just hope everything works out for the both of them. I want to know who was recording and why you can't mind your business. Like, y'all don't have to record everything. Shoot, Keke wasn't recording. Mind y'all business sometime. Put the phones down, have a good time, enjoy the concert. Keke hasn't said anything yet. She has not said anything yet because I know she got something to say soon. I know it's coming soon because he already went and did his first interview. So I'm pretty sure she's just sitting up there, finding her peace. And if you're a woman and you know anything about it, once we start choosing peace, you can best believe the mess is not soon to follow, okay? The mess is soon to follow. After we start choosing peace means that we're sitting down thinking of our comebacks. Choosing peace means we're sitting back and just biding our time and waiting for the right time to go for the jugular. That's what choosing peace means, okay? Shout out to Keke, though. All right, so the second topic for today is going to be Thread, Spill, or Twitter. Which one are we doing, guys? I need to know, are we threading, are we tweeting, or are we spilling? Me, myself, I'm threading. I know I said on the last episode that y'all need to go download Spill, but I take it back. I don't care if you do. I don't care what y'all do. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not a big fan of either one of them. All I know is I'm not gonna be going between all 3 different apps for the same type of content. So, since I did download Thread and I found out afterwards that if you delete it, that your Instagram will go with it as well, I went ahead and kept it, and I deleted Twitter and Spill. Sorry, Twitter and Spill. Y'all had to go. Y'all had to go. There's no difference in the apps to me. There's no difference between the 3. So, one, I'm only going to be on one. And Thread is where you'll find me at. Rebirth the Podcast. Follow me on Thread, y'all. Okay. So, for the third topic today, we're going to be talking about they found a white substance in the White House. It was cocaine. They tested it, and they found out that it was that the white powdery substance that they found in the White House was cocaine. I don't remember when that happened. I should have wrote down the date, but I didn't because it's not really that important. I just want to get to my joke and tell them that Donald left that goddamn coke at the White House. Y'all just can call Donald back and tell him to come on get his shit. Donald left it up there. That's all I can think about. That's the only person I can see who it can belong to. Who else? So I'm curious. I'm curious to see how this story is going to unfold, and if they will ever announce who it belonged to or anything like that. But you know, at the White House, everything's going to be hush hush. They're going to be shh about it. Nobody's going to find out about anything. If it's anything embarrassing to the country, we won't know about it. Yep. So moving right along. I told y'all last show how hot it was out here in Houston, Texas, didn't I? I explained to y'all that it was excruciatingly hot and that we didn't need anybody to be coming down here to visit or anything like that because we have enough people here. I made sure I said that. So, in the wake of that, we have hit record temperatures. We've hit record temperatures. We still have a heat advisory, so nothing has changed. It's still hot as hell out here in Houston, Texas. The only thing that has changed is the governor is a dummy. Governor Greg Abbott on June the 14th signed a bill that bans water breaks. Yeah, that's what he did. Basically, let me explain. It doesn't go into effect until September, but it's still hot in Texas in September, so that doesn't matter. Also, it's not for everybody. It's only for people who work in Austin and Dallas, which is still hot in Austin and Dallas as well. And it's only while they're on the job. So what it is it bans the every 4-hour water break and then the right to rest in the shade while on the job. I would be off the job. I wouldn't be on the job no more. I'd be off the job at this point because what's wrong with you? Like I don't even understand why that is. I don't even understand why that's an issue. Like why a bill had to be signed. Like I'm gonna have to do some more research on why and what and when and all of the things because I just don't get why you would do something so stupid. Shout out to the people down there in Austin and Dallas. If I was y'all, I would invest in those little vests. They have the vest with the water straws on it and the water pack. I would invest in that. Or I would gather up a whole bunch of people and go on strike. Because why would you do something that dumb? But anyway, moving right along. We're going to keep it moving, keep it rolling. Woo-hoo. Okay, so on to music. I know last episode that I said what I said about Uzi's album, and I was right. The man's album beat out all rap albums that were dropped this summer so far, because Drake ain't dropped yet. So we still waiting on Drake to drop. But shout out to Uzi for having the #1 rap album on the Billboard charts. I think it's #1. He did that. He sold a whole bunch of records. I think it's already gold or platinum or something. He's coming out with an extended version of the album as well. Y'all went and downloaded it. Y'all listened to it. I still stand by what I say. I'm not downloading it. I listened to one song, the song with him and Nicki Minaj. It was good. Everybody else was telling me in the comments. Shout out to Van Styles on Instagram for commenting under the post and letting me know that the album was fire. The album was fire, Uzi. The album was fire. I still have not heard it though. Again, I really do hope the best song hits TikTok or something like that so I can, listen to that. But other than that, I won't be listening to the album. But still, shout out to Uzi. All right. So now, if you're from Houston, you know who Erica Banks is. If you're not from Houston, you should still know who Erica Banks is if you listen to female rap artists, which is something that you should do. Shout out to all the female rap artists down here in Houston, Texas. Y'all doing y'all thing. Erica Banks signed to 1501. If you know anything about 1501, you probably heard of them when Meg Thee Stallion was with them. Again, it's the similar story, different artists, but basically she's saying that 1501 owe her some money, and she wrote she didn't write a diss song about 1501, but she wrote a song, and she had a line in the song dissing 1501, saying that they owe her some money. Period. The song is called Real Rap Bitch. Y'all can go check that out on YouTube where I checked it out at, or however you listen to your music. But you'll hear what I'm talking about. She had a line in the song that said that. Again, I think she's just following in Meg's footsteps, which is nothing wrong with that. Meg is a very successful young lady now, and who else doesn't want to be a very successful young lady? So yeah, she threw that out there. I guess she's trying to see which label can come buy her out that contract, because it is what it is, So yeah, shout out to Erica Banks. While I'm on the subject of Houston artists, shout out to Ken the Man. Ken the Man just signed with Rock Nation. Again, shout out to all female artists down here in Houston, Texas. I mean, there is so many of them that are doing their thing. They are literally just waiting to get signed. Always putting in the work, always giving us new music, always giving us some slaps. To be honest with you, it's just a matter of time, ladies, and I am rooting for each and every one of you. I'm so stinking proud of us. Okay, so I'm gonna keep things going on the little rap beef, type of note. So I don't know if you guys saw on Instagram or not, but Drewski went live with Birdman. Birdman don't go live on his own page, but Drewski went live with Birdman. So shout out to Drewski for getting something that incredible to happen and for giving us something to see, because that was something to see. That was really something to see if you saw it. If not, it's on YouTube, so you can definitely go watch it back. Again, this generation, we don't take anything serious. We don't take nothing serious. Not to say that Drewski did not take Birdman serious, because I believe there was a level of fear in his eyes that was unexplainable. I was like, yeah, he shook. He was shook for real. Drewski was shook for real from what I could see. Everybody said it was a skit on Instagram. Everybody seems to think it's funny and it's a game and the blah, blah, blahs. Birdman don't play like that. Shout out to Birdman. Birdman don't play like that. When have Birdman ever in the history of Birdman played like that? That man don't play like that. I believe very much so everything he said when he was on live with Drewski, period. He made mention of him being a real businessman and really working to get his company off the ground, to get his label off the ground, and Drewski just playing and just making jokes and stuff. And hey, man. I don't think Birdman playing with that young man, but y'all take it like how y'all want to take it. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments how y'all feel about it. Well, all right. So on to some more rap beef that's actually music based, like that actually has something to do with a lyricist and another lyricist writing songs directly just to get at each other's tops. We love that. We love a rap beef in the summertime, like summertime, and then it's so hot this summer too. Ooh, a good rap beef would just, sizzling. It'll be good. So, Jim Jones and Pusha T. Okay, so y'all really have to go listen. If y'all don't know what's going on, it's going on. Pusha T released this song at Pharrell's Louis Vuitton fashion show, and it was a dope song. Shout out to Pusha T. It was a dope song that was directly just getting at Jim Jones, like directly at Jim Jones' top. That he talked about how much money he got. He talked about having a funeral for the fellow. You know, all type of things. Talking about how his career is gasping for air and stuff now. Talked about his jewels wasn't real. He came for him. Every line was directly at Jim. So shout out to Pusha T for a great song. And then he debuted it at the Louis Vuitton fashion show. The level of nigga shit that they allowed. They didn't even know they was allowing nigga shit, but it was some nigga shit going on. They didn't even know. Love that. Yeah, so Jim Jones though. Jimmy, Jim. Uncle Jim. Big Jim. That nigga Capo. Shout out to Capo, nigga. Shout out to Jim Jones. Jim Jones was not playing. He came back with bar after bar after bar, directly aimed a gun at Pusha T head and pulled the trigger and didn't let go till he emptied the whole clip. I'm Team Jim. I'm just gonna let y'all know right here, right now, I'm Team Jim. We loved it. I loved everything about it. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it after you go listen to it. If you have listened to it, let me know how y'all feel about it. Whose side y'all on? Pusha T or Jim Jones? I'm telling y'all right now, Jim Jones not gonna play with Pusha T. Jim Jones not gonna play with Pusha T. But I just hope, I just pray that they leave it all in the music. Jim, you gotta keep calm. You gotta keep calm and leave it in the music. Get your views up, get your followers up, get your money up, and just keep it cute and keep it in the music. That's what we would love to see. But shout out to them, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm ready to hear what's next. All right. So, enough rap beef. Let's talk about Kodak. Let's talk about Kodak briefly because I'm not a PhD. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I'm not anything qualified to diagnose anything that's going on with anybody, which is why I didn't. Which is why I don't know what's going on with him. Which is why I can't say nothing about it. My take on the situation is that young man is doing what he got to do to get his album sold. I don't see nothing wrong with what's going on in them videos. I mean, I see something wrong. Obviously, the behavior is not normal, but I don't think he's on anything. And if he is, I don't know. And I'm going to mind my business. Only thing I can do is speculate. And my speculation is not saying, I mean, come on now. If he was, you don't think nobody loves him enough to help him? Like, y'all are weird for thinking that everybody around him is trying to sabotage him. But anyway, that's y'all opinions. Again, that's why everybody has opinions, and that's why we have social media in the comment section. Keep it in the comments. Keep it in the comments. I know a lot of y'all get on Instagram and all of a sudden get your PhD. I know a lot of y'all got your IG PhDs and things like that. Y'all should have seen the people in the comments like, oh, it's this and it's that, and he has this and he has that. I'm like, wow. The number of people that was in that who was in the comments who were actually high while they was typing was crazy to me. I'm like, these motherfuckers is on drugs now. And y'all talking about somebody else on drugs? It was a few people in the comments who I know in real life for sure are on drugs. Like, stop. Get out the comments. Y'all need to stop that. Don't get on IG and be everything you want to be because you ain't nobody in real life. Some people just don't care about your opinion. I'm sure Kodak doesn't, so keep it to yourself. Okay, so Mark Rubin had a party, an all-white party, and not Diddy. 50 Cent say he ain't going to none of them parties where Diddy and them be at. That's what he said. I'm with 50. It'd be weird. It'd be looking weird. He actually posted the picture of Lil Baby being straddled by two different men at one time. Okay, straddle is a heavy word. Straddle will lead you to think otherwise. Let me take that back. Was being embraced by two different men at the same time. And it's not just what 50 said that made me feel like that. I have heard firsthand accounts of what be going on at some of them parties. And what 50 said, it'd be a little weird. All right, so now on to more serious news, okay? So let's get serious, guys. Let's get serious about some things that that I really do want to speak about. These subjects should be close to it should be close to everybody's heart, not just mine. But when I read them, I was like, oh my God, I got to talk about this on the podcast because somebody has to say something. Something has to be done. I know you guys like to be entertained, so we're gonna get heavy for a few seconds. Again, this podcast is a platform for me to get issues out that I feel like people should be doing something about, not just to have fun. So we will have fun a lot of time, most of the time on the show, but we will be getting serious as well. With that in mind, I want to remind you all of the mission statement here at Rebirth the Podcast. And the mission for Rebirth the Podcast is to protect, promote, uphold, and uplift the Black woman. That being said, little Black girls born in America will grow up and glow up. I like how I said it the first time. They will grow up and they will glow up to be Black women, okay? So as much as you're supposed to be protecting us, you're supposed to be protecting them as well and make them the priority because they are the future. And I don't think that we've truly grasped that and understand that as a society, that the children we are influencing right now grow up and they have control over what happens to our future when we're not able to walk, talk, and speak anymore. Keep that in mind, okay? And we don't want them we need them to have our best interests in heart. So we have to have their best interests at heart as well. It goes both ways. All right? So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into the first story. The first story is about a Georgia mother. She was caught on camera beating and dragging her daughter through a field. This happened on July the 7th, 2023. So this just happened a few days ago. And I was heated when I read this article. I first saw it on Instagram, and when I saw it on Instagram, I was like, well, let me go do my research because, everything that you see on Instagram, you cannot trust. They'll get the story changed up in the comments, and they'll get the story changed up for a good caption or a clickbait or whatever like that. So I went and Googled the story myself, and I went and did some digging and reading some articles. So basically, what was going on was exactly what it was saying on Instagram. The mother went and was caught on tape, on camera, beating her daughter in the face, grabbed her by the hair, drug her through a field to bring her back inside of the house, obviously their home where they share. But the most disturbing part about this story is when you read it on Instagram, you think that the day it happened would be the day that something legal or the police came out or something like that. No. What happened was the person who was filming posted the video first on social media. The video had to go viral. When the video went viral, somebody actually turned the video over to the police, to the authorities. Thank God to that person. Shout out to the person who turned the video over to the authorities. When they first saw it, they turned the video over to the authorities. The authorities do an investigation. They figure out where the mom is, and then they identify the child who was getting beat as the mom's daughter. So again, the video had to go viral before anything was done. So I believe this happened before the 7th, and then on the 7th, she actually got arrested. To the person who was recording, you are an idiot, and I believe that you should be in jail as well because you were there and you had the power to stop a minor from getting attacked and you did not. What you did was you put your morals and your compassion to the side and you pulled out your phone and you began to record. And even then, after you recorded the incident, you did not call the police. You decided that you would post it on social media so you can get you some likes, so you can get you some followers, so you can get you some reposts and still not call the police. I believe that you should be held accountable for that child's well-being as well. Boo. You're not a good person. Okay? Just putting that out there. So yeah, there's that one. This next one is even more heavier, guys. I'm sorry, we gotta get heavy, 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 all the heavy things. Let me get a drink. Whew. Okay. On March 22nd, 2023, I want to say her name and I want to make sure that I say it correctly. Her name is Zavea Flanagan. 2-year-old girl from Houston, Texas, was kidnapped from her daycare, held hostage, choked and beaten while she was on FaceTime with her mother by her father. Ooh, I get chills. I'm getting chills. Lord have mercy. Let me hurry up and get through this story because this is going to be a tough one to get through. The father goes to the child's daycare, removes the child from the daycare without the mother's permission. He kidnapped her. He then drives to Walmart where the mother works at, and he steals her cell phone, assaults her, beats her up, physically stopping her from getting to the car to try to get her child out of the car. He takes off with her phone. The mother was able to get somebody else's phone and FaceTime her own phone. Now, if anybody knows how iPhones work, it doesn't matter if you FaceTime the person or not. You still need the code to get into the phone. Even if you answer the phone, you're still gonna need the code to get into the phone. So, as he's on FaceTime with the mother is begging him to bring the child back. He is demanding the password for her phone. She refuses to give it to him. Lord have mercy. He then starts to beat the child and choke the child while the mother is still on the phone. The phone is then disconnected. The mother calls the police. A police chase ensues. He does not stop immediately. He's still demanding the passcode for the phone. Okay? So when he finally stops the vehicle and gets out of the car, the police find that the baby is unresponsive. Excuse me, I'm sorry, y'all. The police find the baby unresponsive, and he lies and says that the way she died was because she wasn't in a car seat and she was jumping around in the back seat, and that's what happened. Autopsy reports obviously proved that was a lie, and then plus they had the mother's testimony. I just want to say this really quickly because I have to move on. Jesus, I have to move on. I'm shaking from talking about this. At Walmart, when this man is assaulting this other lady, again, I say, I don't understand what's going on with people and why they don't want to step in when they're directly supposed to be stepping in. We fight for less. We fight for less. We offer our opinions for less. We use our voice for less. And when women and children are being attacked, nobody is saying anything until after the fact. And I do not like that. I want to know what happened at the Walmart. I'm going to do some more digging on this story and figure out what happened at the Walmart to where nobody was able to stop a man from attacking a woman, beating her up badly, leaving with her phone, and then killing a child. I need to know. Walmart is always full of people. There's never nobody at Walmart. There's always people at Walmart. Even in the parking lot, there's always somebody there. There's always somebody at Walmart. I don't understand what's going on. Not only that, I'm going to put these pictures up The first picture is going to be of the baby. Rest in peace to Zavea Flanagan. I'm so sorry that happened to you, baby girl. I really am. The first picture is the baby girl. On side of it is the mug shot of the animal who did that to her, because that's not her father. That's not her dad. That's just an animal. That's just an animal. But as you can see, the day that he went to jail, he didn't even have a haircut. He looked really kind of scruffy. But like I said, I do my own research. So I read a few articles on this story. And as I was reading it and seeing this, so at first he went to jail. His bond was $1 million. He goes back to court and they raised the bond to $2 million. But when he goes back to court, this nigga got a haircut. Why are you getting haircuts in jail? Why is that even a thought on your mind? You got enough common sense to get your hair cut before you got to go to court, but you don't got enough common sense to keep your hands to yourself? Who cut his hair? Niggas don't fuck with niggas who kill babies in jail. I want to know who cut his hair. Who down there at Harris County is cutting the killers of the 2-year-old baby's hair? Cut it out. That's what I want you to do. If you do any cutting, cut it out. Now, I'm going to move on to the third and final story. I promise y'all we're going to pick it back up. We're going to pick it back up after this story. I'm sure you all saw the LA County Sheriff who not body slammed her, I'm going to use the right term, but who actually just grabbed the lady by the neck and threw her to the ground. The story about that is, obviously, we saw in the video what happened to the lady. It's wrong. It's wrong. We all saw, based on what we saw, from standing from where we were standing, from sitting from where that lady was, another person who felt like just recording instead of actually getting out her car and saying something or doing something. Miss White Lady, the police listen to white people. Maybe if you would have hopped out the car and been like, "Hello, officer, could you please?" Maybe the lady wouldn't have been slammed. I don't know. Instead of just recording the whole incident. But that's just my opinion. I mean, I guess y'all are only so strong as y'all cameras nowadays. I guess y'all only as good as those iPhones nowadays. See, that was kind of funny. That was a little dry humor. Okay, so anyway, we all saw the story. We all saw the video of what happened. The officer was dead as wrong. The lady wasn't doing nothing wrong. The officer was wrong. But the thing about the media, boy, and I watched the lady who reported this story, "You're stupid." Because she was reporting it like, oh, well, she was screaming profanities at the officer. She was calling him, we edited the video so y'all don't have to hear all of the things that she said to him. That was strike one right there. That was strike one. And then she went on to say he was obviously giving her orders, which she refused, which you'll see in the video. So they released the body cam footage. So not only do we have the lady's view of what happened, but then we have the police view of what happened as well. So as the white lady is reporting, I'm like, okay, so what? She cussed him out. So that don't mean she gets slammed to the ground. So I'm still on the other lady's side. And then she was like, and he was giving her orders and she was denying them. She was refusing to do what he said. Okay, so boom, body cam footage plays. The body cam footage plays, and nothing that the reporter said happened in the body cam footage. The lady never said one curse word in the footage, and the police officer never gave her one order in the footage. How about that? How about she just reported two whole lies? Because nothing that I saw did he tell her anything. Even when he walked up to her and grabbed her, he never said, "Ma'am, put your phone down, put your hands behind your back." He didn't say, "Ma'am, you can't be recording this right now. He's under investigation." He didn't say anything. He just walked over to her and grabbed her. And then she said, as he was grabbing her, "You can't put your hands on me." Is which any human being in their right mind would have told somebody that. Because you're not telling me to do nothing. You're not telling me I'm in trouble. You're not nothing. Then you slam me to the ground and tell me to get on the ground. I'm already on the ground. How much ground do you want me to get on? I'm on it. I'm on the ground. I am literally on the ground and you're on top of me. Where else do you want me to go, officer? He ain't say put your hands behind your back. He ain't say stop resisting. What he said was, and you better stop before I punch you. And she said, and if you punch me, I'ma sue you. I'm already gonna sue you. We got it on camera. And get what he did? He pulled his pepper spray out and sprayed the lady down. Still did not give her an order. There was no orders given to her except for you better stop before I punch you. So there's that. Also, there's no, because I did my research. Also, there's no mugshot for these two individuals. We don't know the lady's name. They don't put that into the news either. They don't want to tell her or his first and last name. But whose name is in the media is the lady who did the recording, the lady who recorded the video. We know her first and last name. We don't know the lady first and last name. We don't know the man first and last name, and they don't have any mugshots. If y'all find it, y'all let me know. Send me all the information on it. I'd like to stay up on current events. All right, so that's it for the heavy stuff. That's it for the heavy stuff. Okay, guys, we can bring it back up now. Let's go. Bring it up. All right, so the third segment, obviously, is called Shine Time. Let's go, Shine Time. The third segment of Rebirth the Podcast is called Shine Time. In this segment of the show, I want to highlight somebody or a business that I know is out here putting in the work, giving quality service, and giving quality goods, okay? I'm not trying to just put anybody on. I know I said this segment of the show is for everybody. I did have one submission. I'm sorry. I don't know if you are going to be consistent enough for me to just vouch for you like that. But I love you. Keep up the good work. I hope to see you doing more in the future. Just make sure that you're always applying yourself, and not just in the moment, but even when people don't support you, who you feel like should support you, like, just keep at it. You know what I mean? But I do have somebody that I want to highlight for Shine Time. I may mention her earlier today, but I'm going to go ahead and mention her again in her professional capacity. My best friend for 18 years, Chef Tasha Marie, located in New Orleans, Texas. You can follow her Instagram at Eat With Your Eyes LLC. I'll make sure that it's at the bottom of the video. I'll edit into the bottom of the video so that way you guys can have the actual spelling. And you can go and follow her for any catering events, any private events, any celebrity events. She is an awesome chef. She cooks for celebrities all the time. She has at least 15 years of cooking under her belt professionally. Okay? So y'all make sure that y'all get at her and support her. If you need anything in Louisiana, New Orleans, that's your girl right there. And I'm talking about, look, I've been eating her food for 18 years. It's good. It's good. Shout out to you, best friend. Happy birthday, too. I hope you enjoyed your birthday. Okay, so the fourth segment is called, I wish I had a, it's called Tell the Truth. Woo-hoo. Okay, so Tell the Truth is basically the segment of the show where I give the audience a question. So to my listeners, to my viewers, to anybody who wants to respond to the question, you can comment on Instagram, comment on a YouTube video. You can DM me and tell me your answer. And to the question that sticks out to us the most, we're definitely going to have it. We're going to talk about it on the next episode. So last week, I asked you guys, have you ever lied to have sex with somebody? And I got a whole bunch of answers. But shout out to Icy Hot 365 on Instagram. I don't know. I'm sorry, Iceberg. Look, you know my memory ain't as good as it used to be, but I'm definitely gonna make sure I tag his Instagram. Y'all gonna have it at the bottom of the screen so y'all can follow him as well on Instagram. But yeah. So he was the only one out of all of the men who kept it real. Shout out to Iceberg. Shout out to him. Basically, he's just said it how it is. He said, well, not because everybody's older now, but he said in the past when he was a young boy, he said he used to lie to him and tell him anything he wanted to tell him to just get him out the draw. Period. He GTD. He got the draws. I got the draws. I got the draws. Okay, so yeah. Boom. Shout out to Iceberg. Thank you for being honest. The other dudes, they was just all cap. What lie for what? Lie for what? I ain't gotta lie. It's her law. She ain't blah 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 blah. Whatever. You lying right now to my face in the hopes that I give you some pussy. Relax. Yeah, y'all are funny. The thing about it is we know when you're lying and we can see right through it. Sometimes we just don't have nothing to say. It's so exhausting to be going back and forth with you, man. So yeah, but the question for today, in the spirit of fighting or not fighting, I want to know, have you guys ever fought someone over a significant other? Ooh. That's deep. That's deep. Keep it real with yourself. Keep it real with yourself. And then a fight doesn't necessarily have to be like a fist fight. It doesn't have to be physical. Think about it. Think about it like, have you ever went back and forth? Have you ever been petty? Have you, you know what I mean? All of the things, like an actual, like a little fight. Put up a little fight instead of just saying, you know what, fuck this nigga, I'm not about to be with him no more. Like, or fuck this girl, I ain't about to be with this girl no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just forget it. And I'm just moving on and I'm just go, just clean break. Did you ever fight? Did you ever fight for it? You gotta fight for it. I know I have. I told y'all I used to fight anything and anybody for anything and everything. Like, I fought for less. I fought for less than a man. So you know about a man. What? Did I? Did I? Ooh. Did I? I did. But I'm remembering this one particular time. Not this one. It wasn't no one time. I'm remembering a particular time in my life where I did fight behind my son's father. And it was this one young lady. Her name was Tanita. Shout out to Tanita. That was a rough and tough bitch, boy. Man, I had to fight that hoe every time I saw that bitch. Jesus Christ. One time I was like, man, can we just not today? Like, can we just not? Yeah, like me and her fought a whole bunch of times. I think we fought like 3 times. Every time I fought her, I had to go to jail because we stayed in the same apartment complex with each other, y'all. So that's why we saw each other so many times, and that's why we fought so many times. But we stayed in the same apartment complex with each other, and I was only 18 years old, so my apartment was in my mama's name. It was not even in my name. But, I paid the bills and stuff like that. I had my little job at Target and stuff like that. So, I thought I was cute out there. And she was mad because I took her man. Period. Not proud of it to this day. Not proud of it today. That's not nothing that I'm proud of, taking her man. But I to be honest with you, I didn't even know that was her man. Like, he was at my top. And she was never outside. She didn't start coming outside until me and him started talking. And then, yes, girl, that's when all of the stuff hit the fan. And every time I saw her, I had to fight her. But that was one rough bitch, boy. Shout out to Tanita, girl. You won, Stink. I just want to let you know right now, if you ever see me in public, you won. You won. There's no fighting on my end. And y'all can be laughing at me or feeling like I'm being a punk or something like that. I don't care what y'all call it. All I know is I have to go to New Orleans every now and again, and I ain't got time for somebody just popping the piss out of me out of nowhere. You think I got time? I don't. I won't have time. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get to the 5th segment of the show now. The 5th segment of the show is called Hit the Blunt or Take a Shot. I'm going to do neither of the two today. But I do want to open up the platform right now for any exotic companies that want to get down with a little sponsorship. Hit me up. I'm looking for y'all. I got me something here, but I'm not prepared to do all of that on camera today. Yeah, we just gonna skip that part. But shout out to all of the exotic companies that want to get down with Rebirth the Podcast. Shout out to all of the liquor vendors that want to get down with Rebirth the Podcast. Y'all can DM me, y'all can email me, or y'all can comment on this video. Woo-hoo. Okay, but during this segment, I do have something that I want to speak about. Before I get into it, though, I would like to let y'all know that this is a very, very graphic part of the show. I'm going to be talking about something that your kids do not need to hear. So if there are any kids in the room listening with you, put them out the room right now. Right now, I'm going to give y'all 10 seconds to get them up out the room. Go ahead. Did y'all get them out the room? Okay. I'll let y'all know right now, this is not for anybody that is 18 or under. Nobody 18 or under needs to be listening to this segment of the show. I gave y'all forewarning. Y'all know what's up. Boom. With that being said, we are going to be discussing the art of pussy worship. Woo woo. Ooh. Now, I'm going to give y'all 10 more seconds because you heard what I was about to discuss. Get them kids up out the room now. Go, 10 seconds. All right. They gone? I don't care if they not. I don't care if they not. I'm just to talk about it. So this is a very, very, very interesting article that I read. And boy, am I so excited. Am I so excited? You know what, when I read this article, I was like, wow. It's a thing. It's not nothing that nobody made up. Like it's something. Pussy worship is an actual thing that people actually do and actually practice. And there's actual like ways that you can practice pussy worship that has way more to do with intimacy and connection than it has to do with anything. Okay? It has more to do with intimacy and connection than it has to do with anything. So shout out to Juliet Allen. Okay? She wrote an amazing article on pussy worship. You can find the article at julietallen.com. I'm not going to read a lot. But I am going to tell y'all my favorite way. When I was reading the article, I was like, ooh. So number 5, because it lists ways to start practicing pussy worship. It actually gives you, a list. Fellas, ladies, if you want to treat that pussy right, you do best to go download the article and do you a little light reading. Pick out a few of them that you feel like is going, and get it done. Start worshiping that pussy. All right? Number 5, my favorite. Gaze at her pussy. Gaze. Have you ever gazed? That be y'all. See, I think. Not look at it, gaze. Look at it intently. Study it. Gaze at it. Meditate on that. I swear to God, when I read that, I was like, I ain't gonna lie to you. We gonna be 2 minutes into him gazing at my pussy, and then I'm gonna be like, come on, babe. Do it tonight. Do it to your significant other tonight. Just be like, look, babe. Just lay back on the bed, pull your panties down, lay back there with your legs open. I'ma just sit right here and I'ma just gaze at your pussy. As soon as you say it out your mouth, she gonna say, babe, come on, let's just fuck. She ain't gonna get, I don't even think she gonna let you, you ain't gonna be able to gaze too long before she be ready for it. Listen to me, I'm trying to give y'all some game. It's just so deeply erotic. And then too, it's like, by gazing at her pussy and looking at it, it's almost like you accepting it for what it, like that's your, you know what I mean? Like you're worshiping it. It's the worshiping of the pussy. Ooh, that's your pussy. That's your pussy. Number 7 is very interesting as well. Enjoy her essence. Listen to me, fellas. I don't know who told y'all that because you smell a woman, she automatically stinks. First of all, there's a difference between something having a particular smell and something stinking. If it stinks, nigga, it stink. And then yes, don't fuck that, but a pussy's supposed to smell like pussy. I don't know what else is supposed that y'all can keep that. Hey, go find you a real woman and have this conversation with you, a real woman. Cause I really feel like y'all be talking to these little girls and these little, you know what I'm saying? Oh, water. Girl, that pussy do not smell like water. It don't. It don't smell like water. It's not supposed to neither. It's gonna smell like whatever you put inside of your shit is gonna come up out of it. So you just gotta make sure you're putting the right things in. Now, if you're drinking plenty of water, then yeah, what's up? But y'all hoes don't drink water, so I know y'all pussies don't smell like water. I'm gonna keep that. Sorry, ladies. This is not the episode. This is not the platform to bash us, but this is the platform to educate. And that's all I'm trying to do is educate. Fellas, it's gonna smell like something as long as it don't stink, but you're supposed to enjoy that. At the Art of Pussy Worship, you supposed to look, man, you supposed to enjoy that smell. Again, do your own research, come to your own understanding, do whatever you feel like is comfortable for you, but I really feel like if you want to spice things up in the bedroom, you should definitely read the article. Women and men, because, you know, I don't know what you guys are into nowadays, but yeah, women and men should definitely be worshiping the pussy. Shout out to that article, Pussy Worship. Okay, well, your kids can come back in the room now. I'll give y'all 15 seconds to let them come on back. I don't know if that was 15 seconds. I don't care. All right. So on to the 6th and final segment of the episode. It's called Where You Going? Yay. This part of the episode is where we discuss where we're going in life. Where are we heading? What are we manifesting? What are we actually working on? What are we making conscious efforts towards? Okay? I'm going to let you guys know where I'm going. Again, if anybody wants to let me know where they're going, because I love to hear back from you guys, okay? Don't wait for me to go live on Instagram to tell me how you feel about the show. If you know me personally, you know damn well I want to hear your opinion. So let me know how you guys feel about the show. Again, I've gotten all rave reviews. I only got one hater to say that it was boring, but I mean, who cares what the haters got to say? At least they talking. At least you're giving them something to talk about. We want to always give our haters something to talk about. You don't never want them not talking about you. Of course we want them talking. So where I'm going is I'm going to get sponsors for the Rebirth the Podcast. Woo woo. I'm going to get sponsors. Again, I funded all of this myself, y'all. Like I did all of this myself. So I really would, I ain't gonna say I would like, I need help. I need help. I don't want your money though. I do want you guys to come with things that we need for the show. And then again, like I will shout you out, like, what's up? Shout out to my hairstylist and my makeup artist. What's her name again? Oh yeah, me. I'm doing this stuff myself. Come on. Can somebody please come give me some box braids or something? Like, I'm gonna say your name every week. And then everybody, all 50 of the people who downloaded it last week will hear your name every week. And then sooner or later, it'll be 150 people. And then sooner or later, it'll be 200 people. Y'all see how I'm doing that? I am manifesting all of these things as we speak. This is not nothing that is far-fetched. This is not nothing that could not happen. These are things that could possibly happen today or tomorrow. Keep that in mind. With that being said, I'm going to have the #1 podcast in Houston, Texas. That's another place I'm going. I'm going to have the #1 podcast in Houston, Texas. And I'm also going to make sure that anything and everything that is attached to me is going to be abundantly, succeedingly successful. Whew, that was a lot. Speaking of manifesting and all of the things, I would like to remind you all of the 369, the power of the 369 rule. Write you something down. Start writing stuff down. Write it 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, 9 times at night. I know y'all have heard this before, but it honestly is something about putting your words on paper. You hold yourself accountable. Not only do you hold yourself accountable, it's kind of like you're really getting it out into the atmosphere, because thoughts are just thoughts until you put them into action. Alrighty, so y'all make sure that y'all go listen to the first episode. Make sure that you download and listen to the second episode as well. Please bear with me while I work out the kinks for YouTube. I do not know why the first video has not uploaded yet, but we're definitely going to get it done, guys. So make sure that you go watch the first episode on YouTube. Watch the second episode on YouTube as well. Just keep up with our progress. Keep up with our progress here at Rebirth the Podcast. I appreciate you all so much. Make sure that you follow the Instagram page, Rebirth the Podcast. It's been good seeing you guys and talking to you guys today. Again, my name is Riri. What you wearing, Riri, on Instagram. We'll see you back here next week, y'all. Peace.
Real women ain't extinct, we just looking depleted. And they gon' recognize this queen on the throne.